Are you getting a bit burnt out by all the negativity that it seems to be cascading upon us in the world? And are you really ready for something better, a higher frequency? My name's Sonia Choquette. Welcome to my channel. I'm so glad you're here because this is a bit of a bumpy ride in the amusement park called life right now. And we're going to talk today with the help of our guides and spirit teachers on how to navigate to a higher frequency instead of getting buried in fear, anxiety, and the noise of the world. If you're new to my channel, welcome, 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 and thank you for showing up. And if you are coming back, welcome back. I'm so grateful to have you here. This has become a very important channel for helping us all level up, and your participation adds a lot. So thank you for coming. Thank you for your comments. Please continue to give them. As today, we are talking about how to rise above the energetic stress and the noise and the energetic negative vibrations that seem to be relentlessly raining down upon us. So first of all, what the heck is happening? Why is it so negative? Well, we are moving to a higher frequency personally and collectively. Now think about when a baby is born. You know, when a birth is occurring, the birth happens by going through contractions. As the baby finds its way into the new life, there's a lot of holding back and contractions and drama and stress and pain before bam, breakthrough, and then we have new life. Well, that metaphor is very similar to what's going on the planet right now. We are undergoing some major resistant, holding back, locking down, let's stay in the fifth dimension, let's stay in the third dimension, let's stay in drama. Don't you dare try to find peace in your heart. We're in trouble, be afraid. Contractions. And yet that force that wants to rise, the spirit, the loving spirit in us, the loving spirit that is being strengthened by our divine support system, by God, by the divine, by all the benevolent teachers and spirit guides, and whether it's Jesus and Mother Mary or Buddha or whatever that is your Muhammad, whatever, all these forces of love are trying to raise us and really help us get out of our own way. So those contractions are part of the birthing to a higher frequency. So what you do right now, what we're being guided to do, especially by my spirit teachers, the emissaries of the third ray, second octave of love, whom I have channeled for over 30 years, who've helped me written many beautiful books, including the 22 Divine Laws of Manifestation and Creativity, are saying that what we need to do is focus on our new life intentions. That not to be distracted by the noise, the drama, just like when a mother is birthing a baby, focus on the birth. Focus on the outcome. Don't get scared. Don't get exhausted, and breathe. Breathe. So every day when you start in the morning your day, put one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. Breathe in and say, I'm grateful, grateful, grateful to be alive this day. Exhale, I let go of the noise. Breathe in. I want you to breathe in with the idea, and I've said this before in videos, what are my intentions for today? What would I love to experience and create this day? And just keep it bite-sized and front and center. I'd love to feel good. I'd like to get to work. I'd like to have a good day at work. I'd like to find a new job. I'd like to improve my health. I'd like to pay a bill. I'd like to receive a gift. I always suggest asking for a gift, but then be prepared to receive it and then say thank you when you get it. Even 2 or 3 things that you set your intention on will help your inner spirit and your guides and your higher self all support that intention. So the other thing is, it's time to purge. I've said this before, and it's time again to consciously look very closely at your life and let go of what no longer resonates with who you are today. Even today, I started out straightening up my cute little London apartment, and I ended up giving away 5 bags of clothes and books and shoes, beautiful things. They're just not me anymore. And I thought, I could keep these sitting here in my closet, but somebody could use them. Maybe someone who needs to go back to work or needs a new outfit, or maybe some books need to go to the library. So I got it all together and took it to a donation center where it could be put back into circulation. One of the elements of going to a higher frequency is keeping the vibrations elevated, lifted, and going higher. So if we're stuck in stuff, that holds us down. Now, some people would want to sell their stuff or whatever. That's a thought. It's if that really feels like you want to do that, but there's something really powerful about just getting it away. But on my way to the donation center, I kept saying, I welcome the abundance that comes from this donation. I welcome the abundance that will come from this liberation. And I will never miss any of those things. In fact, I'm going to do some more. And check with yourself. If you're like me, have you noticed that you just don't want that much stuff anymore? Have you noticed that I just want a simpler life, and all these things I thought I wanted at one point, and it really did at that point, I no longer want? Because that's another way to lighten up your energetic load. Physically, you lighten up the vibration, then you also lighten up your awareness, and that lightens up your attention, which allows you to hear your spirit guidance, your spirit, your creator, your loving support, your angels, your guides, your divine teachers, your loving forces. When you lighten up, you tune into them. Just think about it like a radio station. AM radio is a heavier frequency than satellite. Now, satellite's broadcasting all kinds of beautiful things, but you're not going to tune into that if you're in AM talk radio where it's just noisy and chaotic. You have to dial up. So this giving away and purging and letting go will help your vibration. It will help your health, your abundance, your manifestation, but it will also help you become a more guidable person. Now, here's another big tip for the week, and this is a challenging one. Tell the universe what you want, but don't tell it how. Don't say it's got to come through this person, this job, this paycheck. Just, I need help. Thank you for helping me. And I am open to surprises. That this is me. What this really involves is giving up control of how things unfold and really being available to support, available to surprises. Are you? Now, fortunately, I will say, as someone who has always been available to surprises, I was taught that by my mom. When we were young, I was one of 7 kids, and we would go to school every day. My mom would say, expect good things, and expect to hear about them at the end of the day. And that was our after-school conversation. Not what went wrong, what was awful, what was horrible, but what good thing happened today. And that really set my intention and my receptivity to good things are coming. Good things are coming for me, to me, and then noticing them just kept affirming this is true. So this is what I'm encouraging for you, is to expect good things and notice good things and acknowledge good things when they come in. This is part of how you connect to your spirit guides. It's like a game. Your angels and guides love to delight you. Your higher self wants you to have good experiences. But to that end, I want to say sometimes a good experience is not necessarily a pleasant one. Maybe a good experience is that you're starting to form a relationship with someone, and then all of a sudden, the illusion of who they are is shattered, and you see something different. For example, I was talking with a woman who I just became friends with. We were talking about making friends, and she said, I knew this woman that I just put on a pedestal when I was in my 20s. She's a little older, so glamorous. She seemed so powerful. I just adored her, wanted to be like her, felt flattered every time she gave me the time of day. I met her at work. And then she said one day she invited me to lunch. And when we went out to lunch, I was just so flattered. I'm going out to lunch with my beloved friend, my idol. She said she was very rude to the waiter, just short, condescending, rude. And she said it just, my bubbles popped. It's like, oh, please don't be that way. I want to think well of you. And she said, all of a sudden I saw another side of her that was not at all attractive. And it really toned down my enthusiasm. She said, I was sad about it actually, because I was really enjoying having this idol. But, it's sort of funny. I was thinking on the way home about the first commandment, not to have false gods. And I thought, man, I really put her on a pedestal like a false god. I'm going to have to stop that. Now, she was sharing with me, we stayed friends, but I didn't stay completely enamored where I would have done anything for her, including maybe not use good judgment. So, sometimes guidance will put us in a situation or reveal something that might be a little bit disappointing, but is good information. Another woman I was talking with, she said she was interviewing with a job and she loved the job. But when she asked about the future of the company, she was talking to the interviewer. So we were getting along famously. We were laughing. It was already well over an hour into it. I asked him about the future of the company, and he just paused just long enough. And he answered, but he paused. And that was a flag to me. My guidance said, this isn't good. This isn't a secure job. This isn't as good as it looks. So when he offered me the job, I turned it down. I was shocked because I liked him. And I actually said, I like you, but I don't know that this job is right for me. And sure enough, that company went into tons of trouble and just laid off tons of people within 18 months of that experience. She said, I would have started and stopped and had a big setback, but I did like the guy. So, intuition and guidance isn't always even an all or nothing experience. It might be a little red flag. It's never really a big deal when you get guidance. It's always a little deal, but if you pay attention, it can make a big difference. I just want you to know that we're not going to have Elvis descend with a pizza. We're not going to have a steamroller and Michael with the sword, but we're going to get a little vibe, little flutter, a little something that if we just notice and put importance on it and say, what was that? What am I feeling? What is in my heart? What is my body telling me? That's going to help you. And if you purge and clear the decks and simplify your life. And by the way, one of the things you can also do is less screen time, less watching hours and hours and hours of screen stuff, because that puts you up in your head and you don't receive guidance there. You receive it in your heart. You receive it in your belly. And maybe spend a little time outdoors. Just go for a walk. Go sit in a park. Go listen to the birds. Just be in that frequency, because nature is the frequency of unconditional love. And that is the frequency of good guidance as well. So these are just some things: clear, purge, simplify, let go, expect good things. When you get guidance, say it out loud too. If you get a feeling, put your hand on your heart and say, my guidance says, and listen to your own voice, because if it's real guidance, you will feel it. It'll feel true. It'll feel like, yes, pay attention to this. Pay attention. The other day I was invited to go meet someone for lunch, and I thought, I want to go. My ego wants to go, but something about this is all wrong. And so I took a rain check. I said, and I actually do, if my friends know me, I said, I just have the vibe that I shouldn't come. So my friend's like, of course, no problem. But she did call me later and said, good thing you didn't come, because a whole bunch of people showed up at this lunch, and there were several people that you probably wouldn't have enjoyed at all. Very political, very mouthy, very judgmental. So be glad you didn't come. I was. Again, listening to guidance is little things that make a big difference. Say it out loud. Pay attention. purge, remove things in your life. These are a whole bunch of suggestions, but all of them work. They're all little deals that will clear the frequency and make a big difference. So write in the notes in the comment section, what are you doing? How, of all these, did you try any of it and did you get guidance? And did it feel true? Did it leave your mind quiet? Did it leave you feeling empowered? Was it uplifting and asking you to be your best self? Did it invite you to confront something you were denying? Is it asking you to be more honest about something that you've not been so honest about? These are all the signatures of guidance. We are learning to be fifth dimension people, so we are getting this information coming from all of our senses. So we have to use our physical senses, so we have to pay attention, be present, be in our body, and listen to the subtle energies. So we're going to continue this conversation. Thanks for tuning in. If this was helpful, give me a thumbs up. If you really liked it and you're curious to stay with us for a while, subscribe and hit that notification button so you won't miss out on these wonderful conversations and guidance and the comments from those who are with us in this journey together. Send you lots of love, and I'll see you next week. Bye, everyone.